Joining us next on the show from the BBB, the Better Business Bureau of Southeast Michigan, Director of Community Relations, Patrick Bennett. Hey, Patrick, how are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to JTV.
Great to be here.
And welcome to JTV, because JTV now part of the BBB.
You are. You're one of our fine accredited businesses, and thank you for supporting the BBB, and you well deserve it.
Well, thanks. You know, years ago, I can remember growing up that, you know, people always had, as a consumer, that resource to check if a business that they wanted to shop at or buy from was a member of the BBB. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize that Jackson, until recently, had that option still available.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackson, the county of Jackson is part of the Southeast Michigan. Actually, our territory goes all the way up into the Upper Peninsula. Mm-hmm. And businesses in Jackson can be members of the BBB, and consumers can rely on us to be able to find credible, reliable businesses.
I would imagine it might be easier or it might be harder to determine really who to do business with because of the internet. Has that caused problem for either the BBB or consumers?
You know, there's just so much information out there for people to use to search for businesses or get consumer reviews from or ratings from on different businesses, companies, and the like, that it's good that they have a standby like the Better Business Bureau to go to. We've been around for 100 years providing information on credible, reliable businesses, and we do it in a non-biased way too, so the consumer can make their own decision.
I know one of the threats that a consumer has used in the past is, if I don't get satisfaction, I'm reporting you to the BBB. Is that something that still happens?
You know, absolutely. We're available to help with dispute resolution. It's not our primary function. However, many people think that, and I'm glad that they know that we're available to help out if they don't get the satisfaction when working directly with the company in question. But yes, consumers can come to the BBB, they can register a complaint, and we work on a conciliatory fashion for the most part to help resolve the dispute. Now, if there are challenges with resolving it conciliatory, we do offer mediation and arbitration as options to help resolve the dispute in that way. We have a group of mediators that will guide the consumer and the business along in their a disagreement with one another. And if need be, then there is arbitration, where we have a pool of arbitrators that is a binding decision on the behalf of the arbitrators.
And that's something that a business agrees to when they become accredited.
That's correct. Accredited businesses agree to utilize mediation and arbitration only if needed. I will let you know that it's a very, very small percentage that even goes that far. Most businesses and consumers work things out conciliatory.
Patrick, what does it say about a business that is accredited by the Better Business Bureau?
Well, what it says is that the business has agreed to abide by certain standards of ethical business practices, that they, first of all, have built trust. They've been in business for 12 months or longer. They don't have any government action against them. They have resolved any disputes with the BBB if they had any in the past. They are properly licensed to do the work that they are doing in the state of Michigan if the state requires them to be licensed. They're also being transparent. They're letting consumers know where they're located, who owns them, what their services are, what their policies are regarding refunds or returns. Are there warranties or guarantees on their products, and do they clearly display all that information? Businesses also agree to tell the truth, so truth in advertising. So when they advertise, they're advertising honestly and ethically. They're not doing bait and switches, or they're not providing unsubstantiated claims in their advertising that is pulling the wool over the consumer's eyes, so to speak. Businesses also agree to be responsive. So if they do get a complaint through the Better Business Bureau, they're agreeing to respond to that complaint in a timely and reasonable fashion as well, and to really just embody integrity. And that's what the main thing that consumers are looking for is this business going to be credible and do the right thing for me with their services or the product I want to purchase from them.
Yeah, and I think the one word that I've seen consistently throughout the Better Business Bureau materials is trust.
Right. Our tagline is start with trust. So consumers can come to the BBB and look for credible businesses they can trust. So, and when businesses are accredited with the BBB, they have already built that trust, whether it's within the community or based upon our standards. And so that's what consumers want from businesses. And that's what businesses want to be able to display to their consumers too. No business really wants to be known as a bad guy.
So someone watching that's a business person is saying, hey, wait a minute, that's me. I am all that, and I want to be known as that. How does that happen?
Well, businesses can apply for BBB accreditation. They can go to bbb.org, www.bbb.org, and fill out an online application. The application process does include our review of are they incorporated, are they an LLC, are they a sole proprietor, are they properly licensed, have they been in business for 12 months. And once approved, then they can become a BBB accredited business. There are some small annual dues that businesses pay for part of their accreditation as well.
Scams, fraud, and I know that you are on top of these because I'm receiving emails quite frequently about the scam of the day. Unfortunately, you do have ways to keep consumers aware of what to watch out for.
Yeah, our one of our missions is to denounce substandard business practices, and there are a lot of individuals or groups of individuals that are out to scam people. And so we provide consumer alerts and tips on a regular basis, either through our website or email blasts to our accredited businesses, so they know what the scam is, what to look out for, what are the red flags, how to avoid being a victim.
What if I wanted to buy something online that was based in, say, California? Is there a way to tell if that business is accredited?
Absolutely. First and foremost, look at the website thoroughly. Check to see if there is a BBB accredited business seal on the website. But don't just look for the seal, actually click on the seal as well, because the seal will open up their business review. And then consumer can look to see where the business is located and what their BBB rating is. If they're ever in doubt whether or not the seal is authentic, they can contact their Better Business Bureau and ask if the business is accredited before they work with them online.
There are several BBBs, aren't there?
Yeah, the Better Business Bureau started in 1912 in Minnesota. And
100 years.
100 years this coming year, yeah. And so we're looking forward to our centennial. The BBB that represents Jackson County is started in 1917. So a few more years for our office to be 100 years, but the BBB as a whole is 100 years old. And there are 104 BBB offices in the United States and 15 in Canada that help consumers in North America.
So for 100 years, you've had to evolve as conditions, times, competition has changed with the internet, and I mentioned that earlier. That's got to be a big challenge, not just for business, but consumers and also an organization like yours.
Oh, sure. We started out as what were called ad clubs, where business owners got together, reviewed advertisement, and determined if there was somebody that was falsely advertising, and then approached them on it. And then, because of demand, these little pods of ad clubs started picking up. Now demand is that consumers are asking more of a monitoring of businesses, and businesses are demanding more self-regulation, and so the BBB works to create that trust in the community by doing so. Now with the internet expanding and all of the information that's out there, the BBB has evolved to provide mobile technology with the BBB app. So if you're out in the community and you're not at your computer, you can pull your smartphone out and go to BBB app from the iPhone store and pick it up and check out businesses from your phone.
And do you have reviews like, well, there's Yelp and Angie's List and all that other stuff out there. Are there places on your website where we can look someone up that might not be a member?
That's yes. Businesses that aren't BBB accredited can be found in the database. In our particular office, we report on over 80,000 businesses in our territory.
Wow.
4,000 of which are BBB accredited businesses. However, the national website does allow for you to check on a business in California or North Carolina or Florida. and see if they're accredited or what their BBB rating is, whether they're a member or not.
Well, if you've got the accreditation, you really wouldn't have to go through a pile of reviews. That would really tell you all you need to know.
That certainly does. You know, consumer reviews have a point. The public wants to read consumer reviews. The Better Business Bureau has not had that. I know that there are BBBs that are testing the ability to have consumers state positive things about businesses. If they have negative statements, we will take them, but we would prefer that to be in a complaint form rather than a public forum.
All right, and if someone would like to apply for accreditation, how do they go about that?
They can just go to www.bbb.org, click on the For Businesses tab, and apply there.
Well, great. Well, we're proud to be accredited here at JTV, and we thank you for coming in today.
Well, thank you for having me. Pleased to be here.
You bet. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Director of Community Relations for the Better Business Bureau of Southeast Michigan, we thank Patrick Bennett.